I had a purpose. I wanted to be one of the best basketball players to ever play. And anything else that was outside of that lane, I didn't have time for. There's a quote from one of my English teachers in Marion named Mr. Fisk. He had a great quote that said, "Rest at the end, not in the middle." And that's something I always live by. You know, I'm not going to rest, I'm going to keep on pushing now. There are a lot of answers that I don't have, even questions that I don't have. But I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going, and I'll figure these things out as we go, right? And you just continue to build that way. So I try to live by that all the time.
At what age did that goal become crystal clear?
I made that deal with myself at 13 years old.
At 13 years old?
13 years old. That's the
you
deal
were
I made.
Clear about it.
Crystal clear.
And where did inspiration come from?
The love of the game. The love of the game, the challenge. Like I would watch Magic play, I'd watch Michael play, and I would see them do these unbelievable things, and I'd say, you know, can I get to that level? I don't know, but let's find out. Let's find out. And so that curiosity to see where I could push this thing led me down that path, I think. I had a summer where I played basketball when I was like 10 or 11 years old. And here I come playing and I don't score 1 point the entire summer. Not a free throw, nothing. Not a lucky shot, not a breakaway layup, 0 points. And I remember crying about it, being upset about it. And my father just gave me a hug and said, listen, whether you score 0 or score 60, I'm gonna love you no matter what.
Wow.
Now that is the most important thing that you can say to a child. Because from there, I was like, okay, that gives me all the confidence in the world to fail. I have the security there. But to hell with that, I'm scoring 60. And from there, I just went to work. I stayed with it, I kept practicing. I think that's when the idea of understanding the long-term view became important. Because I wasn't gonna catch these kids in a week. I wasn't gonna catch them in a year. Right, so that's when I sat down and said, okay, this is going to take some thought. All right, what do I want to work on first? All right, shooting. All right, let's knock this out. Let's focus on this half a year, 6 months, nothing but shooting.
It's a balance between like owning your blessings and your success and the path that you've been on and the things that you went through to get what you have, and remembering where they came from. I think when you're living in your purpose and you're blessed enough to feel like what you're doing every day is something that you're supposed to be doing, you know, that's a blessing, and you got to live in that, you know. And all the other things around it start to make it complicated, and but I think the success and stuff just magnifies who you really are. I think about legacy a lot. You know, when you think about things you want to be a part of, and not just a flash in the pan, something that's going to stand the test of time, that's going to be around longer than my physical body is. You know, life's short. So you think about how you want to be remembered. Who did I help? Who did I put on? Who did I nudge in the right direction so they can achieve their dreams, you know? Those are things that I think about, you know, a lot.
For me, I never had a plan B. You know, once I didn't go to college and I moved out to LA, I was like, man, this is it. This is all I got. There was one moment in my life, I remember right when I was going to Jack in the Box, trying to get a job, I gave my last check of everything, my savings, everything. I had nothing left. I was like, cool, this is it. And I was like, if it doesn't happen this month, I'm going back home to Jersey and I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna figure it out. I love food. I might, you know, become a chef or something like that. Whatever. Something I could do every day and I'm in love. I love to eat. Whatever. And then I booked Red Tail. So that was a bad story. Whatever. That was my moment saying it was like, okay, cool. This is all I got. After this, it's over. If it doesn't work out, I'm moving back to LA. And in that moment of me saying that and like thinking that, you know, I got the job that gave me the opportunity to stay in LA just a little bit longer. Then after that, it was just like things just started to flow. So that's like the mix between how I feel about that moment of like telling somebody like, hey, it's time to give up, and then my moment of being like, hey, maybe it's my time to give up.
I don't mind going to like hunt for my food. I think it's fun, that competition. And I know at one point in time where I really hated it, and then I started to become more confident, and I guess small successes built up your confidence. And now then you don't really mind going to auditions anymore. It's just like,
once I saw opportunity in, you know, there was no plan B. So you have to start to strategize a bit and start to, like, you know, daydream and manifest and think about the things you want to do. Or if I ever get the opportunity, this is how I'll do it. And I just stuck to the plan.